Hello, and a warm welcome to the Ghatna Chakra book video. Let's begin this journey where we will present every topic in a simple, clear, and exam-oriented manner.
Hey everyone, and welcome. Ever stop and think about how a massive country with over 1 billion people actually works? Specifically, how do you balance power between a national government and all the individual states? Well, today, we're diving into a super important body that was set up to tackle that exact question, the Punchhi Commission.
So, to get started, let's jump in our time machine and go back to 2007. This was a really key year, a moment when it was time to take a fresh look at the very blueprint of India's governance.
So, what was the big deal about 2007? Well, the government of India created a brand new commission, and its job was huge: to examine the relationship between the central government and the states, basically the foundation of how the whole country is run.
Okay, so let's get into it. A commission is born. Why was it set up, and what exactly was it supposed to do? Now, this wasn't just any commission. Officially, this was the Second Commission on Center-State Relations. And that word, second, is so important. It tells you right away that this whole relationship isn't something you can just set up once and forget about. Nope. It's a living, breathing challenge that needs to be looked at again and again. So what in the world are center-state relations? Let's break it down. Think of it like a giant sports team. The center, or the national government, is kind of like the head coach. They're setting the big picture strategy for the whole country. Things like national defense, foreign policy, the economy. The states, they're the star players, each responsible for their own zone on the field, like local schools, police, and healthcare. The real question is, who calls the plays? And how do they make sure they're working together and not tripping over each other?
All right, a job this big, this monumental, needs a really credible leader. You need someone to steer the ship. So who got the call? I mean, seriously, think about it. You're being asked to review the entire balance of power for a whole nation. The choice for who leads that is absolutely critical. So, who was it?
The person they picked for the job was Justice M.M. Punchhi. His leadership was so central that the commission got its name from him. It became known everywhere as, you guessed it, the Punchhi Commission.
So now we've got the when and the who, but that brings us to the most important part, the why. What was the core mission here?
The commission officially kicked off in April 2007, and its goal, it wasn't to reinvent the wheel or tear everything down. It was to do a really thorough study of the relationship as it already existed, to figure out what was working, what was broken, and why.
On paper, the mission statement sounds so simple, right? To study the center-state relations. But don't let that fool you. Packed inside that one simple phrase is a whole universe of complicated stuff. We're talking taxes, who gets what resources, law and order, even national security. It's a lot.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. Beyond the official mandate, what's the big picture? What's the fundamental idea that this commission was really grappling with? It all comes down to what you could call a federal balancing act. On one side, the center needs to have enough power to keep the country unified and safe. But on the other side, the states need the freedom, the autonomy, to deal with the unique needs of all their different people. If you get that balance wrong, you could end up with chaos or a system where nobody has any local control.
And that's the key takeaway here. The crucial point isn't about which one is more important. It's about building a system where they can work together, effectively. Because when power is shared well, guess who benefits? The people. And that really was the ultimate goal behind all the Punchhi Commission's work. Which leaves us with this huge, timeless question that's at the very heart of governing any large, diverse country. How should power be shared? How do you do it in a way that lets the entire nation, from the biggest city to the smallest village, actually thrive? The Punchhi Commission was another major attempt to find the answer for India.